Oh, it's happening. It is happening.
Hey, hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you grow.
I'm LT. This is Mandy.
I'll tell the way you see that thing, gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting.
And of course, bands and clubs of the Triangle.
Hey, hey, baby, when you walk that way, watch your honey drip, can't keep away.
Facebook, Instagram, and of course, hey, trying to get those subscribers for YouTube, bands and clubs of the Triangle. But for years, I feel like I've been saying, hey, Mandy, let's get together. Let's have some fun, hopefully. We certainly want to learn more about you. So Mandy is here, and we're so excited, and a couple of things to talk about. But got a new band coming up, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh, gosh. What's the name of the band, and what's the timeline, or what's happening?
Well, the band's called Alibi.
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 Facebook? Where do we find it? Facebook?
Well, it's got a Facebook, it's got an Instagram. That's it.
Facebook and Instagram.
Find us on Facebook, Alibi Raleigh.
All right, and what's coming up for the timeline as we end 2023 and 2024? Y'all have been rehearsing, right? Or doing a lot since when?
July. So it kind of just turned into something. In July, we got together just to see if we still gelled or vibed.
It might go away. You might wake up one morning and it'd be gone.
Yeah, exactly. And we did. So, and we started kind of going ham, picking songs that we thought were fun, and it's just turned into, we've got gigs lined up. So
Good. And that's coming 2024. And
throughout the year already, we've got gigs, but
Right.
our first one's at Real McCoy is January 20th.
Okay.
And that's going to be a party.
All right,
so.
we are excited about that. And I would title it or something, but she's back. She's back. Been a little bit of lapse of time, so we're so glad to have you back in the Triangle and excited about it. Well, we want to learn a little bit more. Your music background. Where were you born?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Miami.
And I was raised in South Florida. You said music background too?
Yeah. Go for it. Go for
man.
it.
I grew up in a multicultural household. So my mother's Cuban.
Okay.
I'm Cuban and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
My mother married an Italian from New York, because why not?
Okay.
And
Now that's tacos.
so-
no, it's not tacos.
no,
Well,
that's Cuban sandwiches.
all right, help me out. Cuban sandwiches. All right.
Yeah, arroz con pollo, con gris, fufu. I made a mean fufu for Thanksgiving, which is like a mashed garlic, onion,
Yes.
plantain.
It's look at you and I think of fufu. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so mixed, your mom, dad, but
And so the house we grew up in, there was a lot of, well, my mom loved like Celia Cruz and Gloria Estefan, Enrique Iglesias. There's a lot of salsa going on because it's South Florida.
Yes.
And she loved disco, so there was disco going on too. My dad, on the other hand, is from New York and he's Italian, so there's a lot of Frank Sinatra going on in the house.
Okay.
A lot of rock.
Okay.
So he made sure we heard plenty of like Aerosmith, Styx, Kiss, you know,
Were they
Iron
both?
Maiden, Metallica,
How do you
Bon
help?
Jovi, everything.
Were
Go
they
ahead.
singing in the car, or was there a lot of? Do you remember that with mom and dad, or growing up, whether in the car, in the shower, or you heard your mom at times certainly singing?
They'd have parties. We'd have people over. There are certain songs that I start to smell certain things. I start to smell like Fabuloso or Pine Sol if I hear certain songs, because she would put on music Saturday morning and clean the entire house.
Okay.
So certain like ska or Latin music that my mom was listening to at the time.
Yeah.
If I hear it, I can almost smell the house being cleaned. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Pine Sol.
Yep.
Hey, big family, or you have lots of siblings, or what's that description?
No,
Or
I have
just-
7 brothers and sisters.
That's all?
That's all.
7 brothers, and how do you fall, or what's
Somewhere in the middle.
somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle.
Singing talent there too, or just a mixture, or
It's a
anybody else in a band background, or
Yeah, my older sister was really the one I was like, oh, I want to be a musician when I grow up. So my parents would take us out and sing karaoke.
Oh man, awesome.
So
Awesome.
that's when I started singing.
Right. Well, you might have just named growing up the households from South Florida, but musical influences. Who do you look up to, and just in terms of maybe styles or however you'd answer that question?
I take a little from everywhere. I love to scream, so I guess a lot of.
You love to scream?
I do.
Is that what you said?
I do. I love it. So I did listen to a lot of Steven Tyler. Did a lot of influence on my vocals. And,
Yes. I bet. And gosh, the history. Man, here we go. Triangle. Can I claim it was 6-7 years ago that we met?
At least.
Bands and Clubs of the Triangle.
Yeah.
And I call it special. Of course, I've learned that it wasn't quite as special as I thought it was, but you love to move and the movement. But that was with band, I think you were describing it earlier as the second band you had probably in, and I think maybe Triangle based, and that was the band Stage Left. Is that right?
That was the first band I'd been in here. That was, but the second band I'd ever been in. So I started in Tennessee and did like honky tonks and a lot of southern rock and country and stuff like that.
Where was that in Tennessee, or where did you live?
Mountain City.
Mountain City.
Yep, just
near Nashville or not?
No. Just up in the Appalachians.
Yes.
So
yes.
Not,
Oh wow.
not too far from Boone. It's a stone's throw. It's just
Okay.
sneeze down the road.
So then one band there, and you're describing.
Yep. And then when I moved here, I found them on Craigslist. And Stephanie reached out and was like, yeah, come out and audition. And I showed up, and there's this barn, and we played in the barn, and the rest was history. And I met my best friend in that band.
Yes. And it's amazing to hear the Craigslist story, or just how
it
sometimes.
was big at the time.
Yes. How do we put a band together? Let's put an ad on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And whether it's social media now or so forth, it certainly happens. But yeah, hear more of those stories of that. So all right, keep going. There's a few bands of your amazing talent.
I like being a hired gun a little bit, but I've played a little more steadily with like Impact Players. I was with for a little bit. Major Vice I was in for a little bit. Just Friends. It's Just Friends is hard to call a band. It's more of a collective.
Right.
We do fill-ins, which is a really cool thing to be a part of.
Yes. Let's give some credit to Just Friends, whether some of that lineup when you were with them, but was Mike Cedito?
Yep.
When you were in it, or that mixture of that collaborative effort?
He started it. He texted a few people and said, "Oh, Big Easy needs a band tonight. Their band dropped out. Y'all wanted who's free?"
Right.
And that started the tradition of Just Friends.
Yeah.
Of just someone drops out and he messages everybody who's free. So,
do you remember who else was in the lineup, or
that night?
Was Mike? Well, that night, or
Mike, Shredder Dave, Stephanie, and Rich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so grabbing some friends and from Stage Left, even, or just in terms of the musical experience. But yes,
friends.
that's a good mention right there. Always enjoy Just Friends. So, did we? Yeah, you catch them all, and of course the years,
and of course
years with the Red Line, and so enjoyed following them and the energy there and so forth. Let's talk about energy. I guess I hope to bring, with Bands and Clubs of the Triangle, Love Local Music, we hope to bring energy to a dance floor, just excitement. I hope I'm a smiler anyway, but just smiling and so forth. Sometimes I connect better with certain people on the stage, or certain lead females, let's be truthful, but love a band that completes it with a lead female, and I think it sort of does contrast and completes the band. So but no, just a good friendship that started and so forth, but you enjoy moving.
I do.
You enjoy moving. We're at a rehearsal now.
I have trouble stopping.
We're at a rehearsal now, and I thought maybe you'd be going down the hall, running down to the 6 dogs and all over, and I'd be following with a camera. Thank God that didn't happen. You'd wear me out.
Yeah.
You'd wear me out. But where have you learned that? Or just, is that good training? Or just
I think
visual?
It's a Cuban thing. It's hard to turn off. I'll do it at the grocery store. I'll pull up to I'll pull up to a drive-thru and the guy at the drive-thru will be like, the guy in front of you wanted me to tell you sweet moves. The car in front of me sees me jamming out to, you can't like half sing Baby Got Back though, so I have to, so.
I understand it. So you've enjoyed on the stage, but being a part and mixing in the crowd and all that, and that's to me as an audience is just exciting, and one more way to get involved with a great band and have a great musical experience, because that's what we talk about, right? Music, to me at least, is so much about not just the band, but just the whole experience of the night,
right?
The connections, and the connections to people that are enjoying the band, and that's just so real. And you help bring it.
That's part of the fun. I feel like when I'm up there, I'm really just an audience member living my dream out. As when I'm watching a band as an audience member, I want to go up there and dance with the guitarist and like yell in their face. So that's what I do.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And then I come down with people because there's just an energy that people give you, and when you
feed off of it on stage, don't you feed off of it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you've played some places that wake up. What's wrong with this crowd? Maybe just trying to the energy level and trying to keep it up, right?
Yeah.
And that's important, I think, for the best bands. I think it's one of my equations for who you enjoy the most: movement, energy, the smiles, the collaborating on stage, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you do a lot of that, and makes it so enjoyable as a great music experience. Okay, I'm a blind old man, but I think I'm looking at just trying to watch the watch. But thank you for your friendship, and I've learned a few things about you through the years, and your career is interesting to me and interesting to my two cats, our BC mascots, Tempo and Ledger, but mainly called Cat 1, Cat 2. Get down. And what do you do for a career? What's your background?
I work in an animal hospital, and I do office management at an animal hospital now. So I've been in it for about 12, 13 years, something around there. So.
And I think we're congratulating you on maybe a recent change promotion.
Oh, yeah, I
so
did.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Appreciate that, and maybe that's more of upfront, the management role. But you've done it all, right? A back tech, or however you describe that, right?
I've done mostly reception, restraint, surgery. I've done it all. It's a lot of fun.
And let me see. Your description is, I think, one dog. What do you have? What do you enjoy?
I have a Doberman named Lady. She's a sweet girl, mostly.
How old?
She'll be 2 in a couple of weeks.
Just two.
She's a baby.
Now, how tall does that make her, or what do you need to describe a Doberman?
She's a big girl. She's a leggy, tall woman. So.
Okay, all right, and she's happy to eat. Do they eat twice a morning? Do you have to feed them lunch too? That's a big dog.
When they're babies,
that's a big dog.
No, she just eats a lot for her 2 meals for the day. Right. But like any dog, I just feed her a couple times a day. Actually, she's a very high energy, crazy dog, so I have to put all of her food in puzzles to try and challenge her, to try and wear her out, because she's got energy for days. We have a lot in common.
Right.
So.
Yeah, great. Well, I appreciate the time here, and we appreciate you spending this time with us. We're at rehearsal at the beautiful home of Chris and Debbie Dunkley, right?
Yep.
And pictures, some videos, we're getting a better description, I think, of Alibi. I think Tracy's working on that, TL. But we thank you. Bands and Clubs of the Triangle, Facebook, Instagram, and also Bands and Clubs of the Triangle on what's that thing called? YouTube. So be a subscriber. And once again, we were talking about Alibi. Go ahead and follow it. We were talking about Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yeah, hit us up for the first show. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, and and share this, like it. We'd appreciate that. And I'm not a good speller, but ALIBI, right?
Yep,
so
that's right.
Did I get it right?
You got it right.
All right.
You did it.
Yeah, thank you. So to help you find that. But thank you for being with us. Hit the like button, share, and thank you so much, Mandy. We appreciate it. And let's get back, maybe more practice and so forth, and we'll have some fun.
Yeah.
Hey, we hope to see you soon. Bye.
I can't do this. Yeah. I fucking hate this. Bring in the stunt interview.